Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gukarastvandakaro vai Rukarastanivartakah Andakara nirodhitvat Guririthyabhidhiyate. Shrutismriti purananam Alayam karunalayam Namami bhagavat padam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Yesterday we said that the end determines the means. Let us see how each and every human being is a seeker. He is seeking happiness. In spite of seeking that, why he doesn't seem to find it? There seems to be something wrong in his understanding of what can give him that happiness. So let us analyze that so that this becomes clear to us. What Bhashyakara has to say will become clear to us when we analyze our seeking. As I said, each and every human being, barring a wise man, we are not talking about them. Barring a wise man, each and every human being seeks something. Right from his childhood, he employs different means, let us say toys, etc., to fulfill his need for happiness. Childhood passes and then comes adolescence. Then also he confronts or he comes across different objects wherein he tries to fulfill his needs. In this manner, youth and other stages of life also pass. In each of the stages, he is constantly surrounded by different objects. And we see, and it is a matter of experience also, that if I look upon a certain object as a source of my happiness, and if I want it, I try to acquire it, temporarily I do feel satisfied, but very soon we come to learn that this is not enough. My desire for happiness has not come to an end with this. This has not been capable of giving me really what I seek, and so that desire is replaced by another one. We try to do something with that. Again, that is replaced by another one. That gives place to another one. This is how, in life, desires replace other desires. One pursuit for happiness gives way to another pursuit, but the pursuit continues to remain. The desire per se may be fulfilled, but the vacuum inside, which prompted the person, which prompted the seeker to seek out the objects of happiness, that vacuum remains intact. As Pujya Swamiji very beautifully says, that in our classical music, when the music is played, there is the drawn of the Tanpura. Sa, pa. It continues. You may sing one raga, say Bhairava. When that is going on, you may not hear that drawn, sa, pa, but when that raga is changed to another one, say now Bhairavi, then in between there is a gap where you hear sa, pa. You hear this. The ragas replace one by one, but the drawn, the pitch, sa, pa, miss, that continues. Similarly, in our life, as I said, we pass on from one object to another, and in this, the pursuits of different people may vary. Some may be pursuing wealth, some may be pursuing name and fame, some may be pursuing power, some may be pursuing some other things, some may try to get one thing, and the other person is trying to get rid of that thing, but in all this, one thing remains the same, that everybody is seeking something, seeking that happiness. But they are unable to find it. The very fact that they move on to the other thing shows that their quest they have not been able to find what they really want. This is what we have to dwell upon. See, we never pause or stop in life to question, where am I going? My life is ebbing away. One by one, experiences are passing, stages are going. Bhartrhari, a very great philosopher, he says, Bhogana bhuktaha, vayameva bhuktaha. He says it is not that we have enjoyed the desires, we have enjoyed the objects. In fact, the objects have enjoyed us. Trishnana jirna, vayameva jirna. Our desires, our greed, that has not come to an end. In fact, it has become more with the passing time. So, life calls for serious thinking. We have to think, we have to pause and take stock of our life as to where am I going? Am I gaining something? Is there a net gain? Earlier I had one room and a cycle and few other things. My life was in a village, very simple, and now I am a so-called successful person. I live in a metro. I live in Mumbai with 4 BHK sea-facing apartment. Or better still, I am in London, I am in New York, I may be in Paris, but I am the same person as before. In terms of my comforts, in terms of my wealth, in terms of my position, I may be more sophisticated and I may have made progress. See, I am not making any judgments. We are just reviewing. We are just taking stock of what we have gained. Is there any net gain? What have I gained? Am I the same person? If we ask ourselves that inadequate person remains the same, that limited person remains the same, the feeling that I am a wanted person, that I am insignificant, in spite of being a CEO, I am still insignificant. I still suffer from a sense of inferiority or some kind of complex is there. I am not happy. Lord Krishna says beautifully. He says in the very 3rd chapter, Nahi kashchit kshanamapi jatu tishtati akarmakrit. He says not for a second can a human being who is ignorant, who doesn't know the self, can remain without action. He may not be active outwardly, but inside planning and scheming and all that, it goes on and on and on. So, we have to pause, take a pause and ask ourselves as to, what is this world giving me? I'm looking out constantly. Something is prompting me from within, but am I successful in finding that? I employ different sadhanas. So many sadhanas I have taken I have employed. to gain what I want, the sadhya, which is happiness. But where am I today? This occurred to Arjuna. Just imagine, right in the midst of the battlefield, Arjuna became aware of this problem. When both the armies are, so far it never occurred to him. When he was free in the forest, this never occurred to him. But now today, when both the armies are arrayed, conches are blown, and it is now minutes, that the war will begin. And then suddenly, he finds that he is totally depressed. The war which calls to fight with his own family members, it is at this moment of sorrow, he is asking himself, what have I gained? This situation, perhaps for the first time, prompted Arjuna to think seriously. You know what I mean? He for the first time thought, what have I gained? He was obviously a very, very accomplished person. There was nobody like Arjuna at that time. But still, he did not feel that he is a successful man. He still remained an inadequate person at the core. At the core there is vacuum. At the core there is grief. And that is what has come up. That is what has come on the surface now. And he realized that the problem is somewhere else. He understood that even if I get the kingdom, not only this, the kingdom of earth, even if I achieve, even if I gain the unrivaled kingdom of the three worlds, he declares, Nahi prapashyami mamapanudya yat chokam uchoshanam indriyanam. He says, even then I don't see how the grief, the sorrow that is parching my sense organs, my mind, I don't see how it will go away. Even if I get this kingdom, the thing for which he has been working for the past 13 years, he has been constantly working. He has spent sleepless nights for this moment. And when this moment has come, he could see the futility. Important thing is, for the first time, Arjuna could see the futility of the outside world, of all the three worlds, to satisfy him. He understood that none of these things has the capacity to give me what I want. I want lasting thing, I want unconditional happiness, and it doesn't seem to be here. And this made him surrender to Lord Krishna. Even the same thing happened with Naradji. In Chandogya Upanishad, 7th chapter, we see a Naradji who is a scholar, who is equipped with 64 branches of knowledge. There was none like Naradji. In spite of all this, in spite of Aparavidya at his command, this Naradji goes to Sanat Kumara and says, Soham Bhagavah Shochami, such as I am, O Bhagavan, I am grieving. All this knowledge, all these achievements has not relieved me of my grief. On the contrary, I have become more aware of the grief within. In spite of achieving so much, the vacuum, the begging is still there. My hand remains outstretched. My begging ball remains the same, in spite of gaining all this. So what is the point? Where is it? Where is that thing which I seek, which can quench my thirst, which can quench my desire for happiness, for success, for adequacy, for fulfillment, the real success, gaining which there remains nothing to be gained. Kritikrityat, I have achieved everything. Where is that? But the important thing is, Naradji could see this. The more point is, he could see this. He could see the limitations And that made him approach Sanat Kumara. He felt this is where the life begins. What I am trying to say is, it is at this point really that the life begins. A cognitive shift, a cognitive change took place. What I am seeking doesn't seem to be here. Nasti akrutah krutena karmana. What I am seeking is akrutah. It is not something finite. What I am seeking is something infinite. So, we have to understand that what is our basic aspiration? What are we really aspiring for? Am I aspiring for the small things? I have had enough of them. So many objects we have enjoyed. We have passed through so many experiences. And still, the need for them, the craving for them continues as before. No net gain. No, I am not a better person in that respect. So, Arjuna says to Lord Krishna, I realize that so far my nature was overwhelmed by Krupanata. Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava. I realized that I have been a miser. I never thought about this. I never used my intellect. I squandered my time, my energy. And that is why he was frustrated. Because he realized that I did not use my time. Yajnavalkya says this to Maitreyi, that he says, if one goes away without knowing this infinite thing, then he is a miser. He says this clearly to Maitreyi. Similarly, Arjuna also knew this. He could sense this. And this requires the meritorious actions of the path. Some grace. Something that we may have done, in this life or in the past lives. Because of this desire arises. Yes, I need something else. And then one door closes. I have nothing against the world, but I know what it is capable of. It is fine. It doesn't have what I want. It's okay. Wherever it is fine. But then where is the thing which I want? So Arjuna said, what did he say? Yat shreyasya nishchitam. Yat nishchitam shreyasya. He asks of his charioteer. Today, in fact, he could see the capacity, the dimension of his charioteer. Lord Krishna was always with him, was always his bosom friend. But until this moment, it never occurred to Arjuna to inquire this of his friend. They had enough time. They were bosom friends. They were always together. And Arjuna had way with him, But just see, unless and until you think, it doesn't occur to ask this. He made use of Lord Krishna, enjoyed with him everything. But it never occurred to him to ask what is the purpose of life? Oh Achyuta, please tell me that. Wherein lies the real happiness? Please tell me. No. And Lord Krishna also did not say. Because the desire, the curiosity, the jignasa was not there. So he also. But today he says, that which is definitely beneficial, that which is definitely good, please tell me that. Why should I tell you? Shishyasteham, I am your Shishya. I am now your student, Shadimam. Please teach me. Tvam Prapannam, I have surrendered unto you. Now the relationship changes. Now no more that, he was very close, but now he knows that he is a teacher. I have to learn, and now the roles also change. He is now a student and Lord Krishna is the teacher. Naradji also says to Sanat Kumara, I have heard, a little more informed person, no, Naradji. So he said that I've heard from wise people like you that Tarati Shokam Atmavit, one who knows the self, Tarati Shoka, he crosses this ocean of grief. Tam Mam Bhagavan Shokasya Param Tarayatu. He says, he requests, he says, oh please Bhagavan, enable me to cross this ocean of grief. You are that wise man. So this has to occur. This change, this cognitive shift, as Pujya Swamiji always says, this has to occur. That occurs not on its own. We do not have to let the experiences just pass. We have to go underneath. We have to dwell upon it and see what it has given, what it can give. Where am I going? What direction has my life taken? Is it possible that my map is wrong? Is it possible? Maybe I am going on a wrong route. I've taken a wrong map. And in that case, however much I may drive, however much I may travel, I'm not going to reach the destination. It is quite possible. But that, we have to stop. Oh, why I'm going. Endlessly I'm going. Without reaching anywhere. Let me ask. So as Swamiji says, living intelligently is seeking help. Seek help when you require. Oh, I need help. Why is there no light in my life? Why is there no opening in my life? Why so? I need help. And so here, in this text, Bhashyakara, in the Sadhan Panchakam, gives us 40-step program to reach the goal of life. He gives 40 steps, 40 instructions to reach the goal. In fact, in modern language, if I have to say, he offers us, Bhashyakara sort of becomes a GPS, You on it, put the address on it, and then he will guide, the lady will guide. What they say, go ahead little, then take a turn, right turn, then again this many, then take a left turn, etc. And then, wherever you may be, but you reach your destination, because correct map. Similarly here, now begins, now Bhashyakara takes over. And when he was requested for the final Upadesha, teaching, please tell us in easier and easier language, concise it more and more, so that it becomes easier for us, facilitate that for us. And Bhashyakara did it. So now he begins. So we will now begin the text. Why I said this? Because it is important to know what is the clear-cut path leading to my destination. The sadhya. Sadhya is lasting happiness, unconditional happiness, freedom from desires. Really what we desire is freedom from desires. And we wind up with desires. Rather than getting free of them, we wind up with another desires. So, this is very important. So, with this background, now we begin the text. We'll read the first verse. I will cut the first line into two halves so that you can follow. Vedo nityamadhiyatam taduditam karmasvanushtiyatam teneshasya vidhiyatam apachitihi kamye matistyajyatam papogah paridhuyatam bhavasukhe doshonusandiyatam आत्मेच्छाव्यवसीयताम् निजगृहात् तूर्णं विनिर्गम्यताम्. Actually, we have to read the whole line together, but just because it is too long, so I thought it will be wise to go in this manner. See, as I said, in each and every verse, there are 8 instructions, 8 do's and don'ts for the seekers. And in each line, there are 2 instructions. The very first one is, Vedaha Nityam Adhiyatam. See, Ashikara says, Vedaha Nityam Adhiyatam. May you daily study the Vedas. Nityam means daily. Adhiyatam means it is imperative mood. It gives you sort of, may you do this. May you do this. It gives an adesha. May you daily study the Vedas. Because he's talking, in those days, Vedas were prevalent, and that is why he's talking to those people. Plus, why Vedas? Because Vedas, as we know, are the ancient body of knowledge which are not written by any human beings. They are revealed texts. They are, as a matter of fact, Brihadaranyaka says, Asya mahato bhutasya nishvasitam. Yadeta drugvedaha, yajurvedaha, samavedaha, atharvavedaha. Brihadaranyaka says, that Vedas are nothing but outbreath of Ishvara. They are not written by human beings. They are revealed to rishis. Rishis means sages. Sages are mantra drashtaraha, natu kartaraha. They saw this mantras. They did not write them out of their own intellect. What do you mean by drashtaraha? Drashtaraha means sages, because of their purity, because of their penance, because of their, their ego, that is very little of ego is left, and that too is very sattvic. They are totally tuned up to Ishvara. In that state of mind, they received these mantras. You and I may not be able to receive that. Why? Because we have not that purity. If we have the same purity, same shuddhi, same sattvikta, where we are totally tuned up with the Ishvara, with the harmony, the Ishvara which is prevalent everywhere. If we are also one with that, then it is quite possible that we also come to know this. These mantras are there everywhere in the creation, but rishis could catch it. And that is why they are known as mantra drashtaraha. So what I am trying to say is, these Vedas are revealed texts. They are authentic source of knowledge. Just as to see this color or flower, that this is red color flower, my eyes are the source, are pramanam, authentic source of knowledge for this, authority for that. Ears are not authority for what this color is. Ears cannot challenge, no. It is not red color. Oh, what right have you got to say? Ears cannot say. Neither my nose can say. Who can say that this is red color? Only and only eyes. Similarly, as far as truth is concerned, what is the authority? Vedas. Vedas are the pramanam, which is the word for that. Why? Because they are revealed by Ishvara. Human intellect has no reach there. And that is why Vedas are required. For what? For knowing the truth. And then, that is why it has been recommended that Vedas should be studied. Svadhyayaha adhyetavyaha. everybody must study their branch of Vedas. So in those days, children were sent to the Gurukulam, where they used to be with the Guru for 10 to 12 years. They would study, memorize their branch of knowledge, the Vedas, and also understand their meaning. And that is why they are well versed or equipped to guide their life. See, having given this birth, having given this life, having made this creation, if Ishvara did not guide us, and if he left us to fend for ourselves, maybe we would not find the truth, because it is beyond our reach. It could happen. But having created this creation, having made this, having given us this life, Ishvara has been kind enough to even give us what? Vedas in the form of operating manual. Just as when you buy a very sophisticated electronic gadget, along with that they give you the operating manual also, because it is very difficult, you don't know how to use it. You need guidance. Similarly, Bhagavan has given us Vedas, which teach us how to lead our life. What is the truth of life? How to guide your path so that you reach the goal of life. How to do that has been given in the Vedas. And therefore, Bhashyakara emphasizes, gives us the very first instruction that may you study the Vedas daily, so that you are aware of what to do, how to navigate your life. All this you may know. That is why you may please refer to Vedas every day. Daily you should never be slack in this. Ma pramadita. Do not ever refrain from studying this. Do not ever give in to laziness or inadvertence in doing this. Why? So that you are always aware of how to guide your life. Now, what is the subject matter of Vedas? See, they say, Vivido hi Vedokta Dharmaha. Vedas have two principal subject matter. Actually, there is only one subject matter, and that is moksha. But we can say that it talks about it guides us to moksha in two segments, through two segments. And what are they? One is pravritti and other one is nivritti. One is karma kanda, other one is jnana kanda. Pravritti dharma shows us how to perform karma, how to lead our life, so that we become ready for the other stage of life. These are the two main stages of life. Which are they? Pravritti and nivritti. Pravritti is not meant for pravritti. Pravritti is meant to prepare you for nivritti. You follow? And in pravritti comes artha, kama and dharma. These are the four purusharthas of life. Dharma, artha, kama and moksha. The first segment of Vedas talk about artha, kama and dharma. So that we lead our life in such a manner, we perform action, we get things, we follow dharma, so that we are ready for the nivritti, for a life of contemplation. So that we can say that Vedas have primarily two subject matters. One is dharma and other one is brahma. Dharma and brahma. Dharma is for self-growth, leading to the final growth. What is that? Just as last night Swamiji said, that we have to grow to moksha. We have to grow into that. But how will we do that? We live a life in such a manner that the growth happens. Understand? we have to live in such a manner that we are ready to understand the final phase of life, final truth. And that is what Vedas do, very, very systematically. It may look as if that Dharma and Brahma, Pravritti and Nivritti are different. No. Actually, both of them lead to the final Purushartha. What is that? Moksha. So Vedas are like mother. The only concern that a mother has in whatever she says, she may even scold us. She may give, she may not give. She may scold you. She may do whatever she wants to do. She may close your nose, open your mouth and put the medicine inside. She may do that. But what is the purpose? What is the purpose behind that apparent cruelty? The child may be, Mama, I hate you. She may run away from you. The child may run away, being afraid of such a mother. But what is the purpose behind this? So that in that medicine lies the welfare of this. In that medicine lies the health of my child. And that is why I do it. Similarly, Vedas are mother. Even if they are prescribing pravritti, what is it meant for really? It is meant to take you to, so that you discover happiness, which is what the child wants. What does the child want? He wants to be happy. He wants to gain such a happiness beyond which he may not want anything. Kritakrityata. This is what the child wants, and mother knows that. She knows very well. And therefore whatever she does is to take you there. You follow? Similarly, Vedas first recommend pravritti, first recommend dharma, life of dharma. Life of dharma means what? I live and let others live. I do not rub so that I do not get rubbed. I live in such a manner so that I do not violate the harmony, the order that prevails in the creation. I have no business, absolutely no business to conduct my life in such a manner that I transgress or violate others' rights because of to fulfill my desires. I have no right to trample upon their rights. So, because this is being told to human beings, as last night Swami, animals do not require this. Because they are naturally in harmony with the creation. Because they do not have free will, they do not require this kind of instruction. Vedaha nityam adhiyatam. You need not tell this to a dog, or a monkey, or a lion. Even if lion is preying upon the deer, he is in order. This is not violating the order. You follow? But if we, with the gun in our hand, let him come without the gun. Let him come. No, but we, and then we get the photograph also. Please take my photograph with the gun. I am killing this one, and you have no right. Because human being has free will, he abuses it. And even if he may not abuse, he needs direction. What should I do? What is the right way of doing? So, Vedas teach you that. Vidhi and Nisheda. Do this, do not do this. You perform your actions, but in this manner. In such a manner that you become one with the creation. You become one with the harmony. If you rub, then you get rubbed. Puja Swamiji used to say that if you, without a t-shirt on, without your shirt on, if you rub against the neem tree, the bark of the neem tree, just try that one day. Without the shirt on, rub your back against a neem tree, then you will know what it means. Similarly, when I violate the dharma, then what it means? I will be robbed. I will have to pay for. So you better refrain from that. That is why honesty is the best policy. Best policy in this way. Vedas teach you this. Vedas teach you. And then, having led this life, having led your life in this manner, you are now ready for contemplation. You are now ready to understand your truth, your nature, because now it is ready to manifest. So, Vedas enable us to make the right choices, gives us the knowledge of values, and enables us for the growth of the self. Therefore, Bhashyakara says, Vedaha nityam adhiyata. May you daily study the branch of your Vedas. Okay, then studying is enough. I will keep studying that. No. Then comes the next instruction. Tad uditam karma svanushtiyatam. What does Bhashyakara say? Tad uditam karma sushtu anushtiyatam. Tad uditam. Tad uditam means vedena uditam. It is the pronoun, Earlier is a Vedaha nityam adhiyatam. May you regularly, daily study the Vedas. Then he did not repeat again Veda, but he said Tad uditam. That which is instructed by the Vedas, that which Vedas instruct you to do, may you do that. Tad vedena uditam karma or vede uditam karma. Whatever is born out of Vedas, whatever is told in the Vedas, may you do that. How? Sushtu anushtiyata. Swa anushtiyata means sushtu anushtiyata. May you perform that very well. May you follow the instructions of the Vedas very well. Don't just stop at reading them. Oh, I've read everything. No. Having read them, having understood them, may you lead your life and do what is to be done. What does Vedas say about? Vedas instruct us. Vedas ask us to do, ask us to perform the action. What kind of actions? Now you see. Roughly we can say Vedas enjoin 3 kinds of action. Actions are of 4 types. One is Nitya Naimittika Karma. 1. Second is Kamya Karma. Third, Prayashchitta Karma. And fourth is Pratishiddha Karma. These are the different, because it is said, Vedena Uditam Karma. That which is enjoined by the Vedas, may you perform well. What is enjoined by Vedas? Then, the first set of karmas is Nitya Naimittika Karma, which means our duties. Nitya Naimittika Karma, Nitya Karma mainly. Nitya Karma means the duties which I have to perform daily. See, our culture, Vedic culture is based upon this concept of duty. It is duty-based society and it comes from Vedas. May you daily do what is to be done. What have I got to do? In those days, in the past, the duties were very well spelled out. If you are a Brahmana, then you have to do this. Kshatriya, do this. But now, things are different. So, what does this mean? It means that I have to perform my duty keeping in mind the place where I am and the role which I am playing. Everybody is somewhere, born in a certain family, born in a certain country, related to people, and according to that, keeping my place in mind, if I am a mother, then I have a duty towards my children, and we see that one person simultaneously plays many roles. And along with each and every role, there is a script. In a drama, when you are playing the role, they give you the script. Similarly here, when we have to play the roles, then along with that is the script. What is this script? May you know. As a father, how should I conduct myself? As brother, as husband, as wife, as mother, as sister, as a teacher, as student. What is my role? How should I do that? May you do that. There are clear-cut duties. In those days, even now it is applicable. What? The Nitya Karma means in those days, 5 kinds of actions or yajnas were prescribed. What is that? That every day a person has to take into consideration Brahma Yajna. Brahma Yajna, we'll talk about that. Then Pitru Yajna, Deva Yajna, Nru Yajna, Bhuta Yajna. These are the 5. A person, the concept behind this is that individual is not an isolated being. He is not living in an island. He is not on an island where he is not related to anybody. No, you are in a society. You are a member of the society. You have been receiving the favors that the entire creation is doing to you. So, by this concept of duty, it means that you have to return the favor. You have received the favors and you cannot say, no, I did not receive anything. I did not receive. I did. Can anybody say? No, I did not receive any favors from this creation, so I will not respond. Can anybody say this? But the moment you entered this life, this world, you have been receiving favors. Right before you entered, the arrangements were made in the mother's womb. Moment you came out, air is kept ready for you to breathe. Space is there. Water is there. Mother's milk is there. What not? Can you count them? Everything. In fact, as Swamiji says, as soon as the child is born, he comes into this multi-star hotel. What hotel? Not 5-star or 7-star. Multi-starred hotel, where everything is kept ready. And the best part is we don't have to pay. This is the best hotel, No tax. Here you have to, what is this? GST, every day it increases. You have to pay. Not there. Bhagavan doesn't ask, give me for the water you have consumed, for the breaths, for the earth which is sustaining you, for the space which is accommodating you. No, nothing. So, everybody, this whole creation and all the elements, trees and mountains and rivers and what not, just think, just be aware of what all we are getting. And that is why there is this concept of duty. You are receiving, and as I said, nobody can say, no, I don't care. You have no business to say this. Therefore, you have to return the favor. You have received, now contribute. You have been consuming. That is why Puja Swamiji, throughout, hammering upon this. Transform from being a consumer to being a contributor. Because this is what is there in that Vedas say, and that is where lies benefit. Not with a patronizing attitude, I am obliging you. No, with humility, because I am returning the debt. So, Nru Yajna, Deva Yajna. Deva Yajna means we return the favor to the Devatas, the deities. There are so many deities. Lord Krishna says, they are favoring you. Devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantuvaha. You give them, they give you. Parasparam bhavayantaha. Shreya paramavapsyata. Contribute. Help each other. And that is where lies the secret of prosperity. Do that. So, this was there. Nitya karma means all this. Pitru Yajna. Pitru Yajna means give satisfaction to your ancestors. You are here because of them. Oh, I don't believe in all that. Tarpana, Shraddha, do that. No, but I don't believe. Okay, if you don't believe that, then do for your parents. Pitru Yagnam is that also. At least you believe in them. You are because of them. Do for them. There was a time when you were totally helpless. You were a child. You could not take care of yourself. Who took care of you? They raised you. Ask your mother how much time it took to help you to write, or to hold a pencil, run after you, this, that. Ask your father. So, do for them. Now they are helpless. Then a time comes. So, you do for them. Pitru Yajna, Deva Yajna, Rishi Yajna. What is Brahma Yajna means? Rishis, as Pochi Swamiji says, we are standing on the giants, on the shoulders of the giants. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. Everything, all this is ready for us. Bhashyas and Upanishads and everything is ready. What? From Sadashiva Samarambam, Asmadacharya Paryantam. From that to this, everything is ready for us. We are just, using it. Not only Rishis, from whoever you have learned something. Even Aparavidya, science and mathematics and geometry and all this, right from your childhood, from the nursery to your education, whatever you may have learned, all of them have contributed. That is why you are what you are. Now you may claim to be a self-made man. But that is very hollow. What is self-made man? You are standing on the contribution of so many. So now return. What is the point is, by your daily duties, all this should be there. Doing something. When we are doing this, when we are studying this, we are giving satisfaction to Rishis. They have contributed, so by repeating this, by deciding to learn this, by practicing this, we are giving satisfaction to them. By continuing this lineage, we are doing it. Then there is Nru Yajna. Nru Yajna is for fellow beings, helping each other. Then Bhuta Yajna, for animals, plants, creatures. For them also there should be a room for everybody, for each and every element of this creation. Each and every being in this creation, there should be room for them in our life. Vedas are making us responsible. Your life should not be self-centered. Oh, I and my family. There is no place for honor. No, that is self-centeredness. You cannot afford to know Brahma by that. Become responsible by the duties towards everyone, So that is Nitya Karma. The Naimittika Karma means that also Vedas enjoin, which are to be done from time to time. When there are special occasions, then you do that also. You reach out. Naimittika Karma. Then there is Prashchitta Karma. What is Prashchitta Karma? While doing certain things, we sometimes knowingly or unknowingly, we commit mistakes. So omissions and commissions are there. Even when we are very conscious, we happen to hurt somebody. So then do prashchit, atone for that, compensate for that. Oh, I'm sorry, Bhagavan. I'll do this much. That is prashchitta karma. Then pratishiddha karma. Pratishiddha karma means to remain away from certain things. Veda says, Suram na pibet, may you not drink alcohol. Kalanjam na bhakshayet, do not eat meat. So many such instructions are given. Do not steal. At the same time, when these instructions are given, I follow that. I keep that in mind. So this is and there is one more, Kamya Karma. Kamya Karma is also there. Kamya Karma means the actions which are done to fulfill our desires. We may have personal agendas. Okay, fulfill that. No problem. But a margin is given within the limits of dharma. You may fulfill your desires keeping the rules and regulations in mind, not violating them. I want to cross the road, but if there is the red light, I will stop. No, but I want to go, so then no matter, I will go. No. Respect that. Respect the rules and regulations. So this is Pratisiddha karma and Kamika. So these are the karmas that are enjoined by Vedas. But mainly the emphasis is upon what? Is upon Nitya karma. Our daily duties. Bhagavan also says to Arjuna. Arjuna wanted to refrain from fighting, from this war. Why? Because now I have to deal with my family, my brothers and this and that. So I don't want to fight. Nayotsye, I will not fight. You cannot decide this based on your personal likes and dislikes. You are a Kshatriya, you are a warrior, and as a Kshatriya, it is your duty to protect Dharma. It is your duty to protect righteousness. This is not your family war. This is not a family business. You can't say, this is my uncle and my grandfather and this and that, so I will not fight. So far you had no problem in fighting. So far, when others were concerned, you could fight with them. But now, since this is a family matter, and your emotions are there, you want to refrain, even though it is your duty. As a warrior, Kshatriya means he is a warrior. Bhagavan has given him that special capacity, that strength, so that he can protect Dharma. You can't refrain from them. You can't refrain from that. So Bhagavan says, Niyatam kuru karma. Tvam niyatam karma kuru. Bhagavan says, may you perform your niyatam, means your karma, that is your duty. May you never avoid that. So this is tat uditam karma su anushtiyatam, sushto anushti. May you very well perform the duties that are enjoined by Vedas. Very well, do it very well. As I said, not because I have to do, because I am forced to do. Sometimes, not sometimes, more often than not. Oh, Swaminiji, we perform our duties. What else have we been doing so far? We have been constantly working for our family, this and that. But what have you gained? Are you any better? Sometimes, more often than not, as I said, we do our duties, but without any liking for it. Oh, I did because I had to do. I have wasted my life after you. When it is our chance, we tell them, what did I do all this? Well, why should I have done it? Now I realize I should not have done. I woke up all nights for you. I did this, I did that. Then what happened to me? What are you doing for me? It happened naturally. It is after all, human beings, no? Bhagavan says, not that way. How? Without, you are not obliging. See, when this is not understood, then duty also becomes burden. We may do it, but we do not reap the fruit of it. What is the fruit of it? Antakarana Shuddhi. Purity of heart. Self-growth, maturity is the result of this. We become mature. Even though we do, throughout our life we do, but we become mature at the end of it. But if the spirit is not there, if this understanding behind the purpose of playing one's duty is not there, then it is wasted. We get burnt out. We become bitter. We become bitter afterwards. And then you can't approach. The nature becomes such, Yeah, it happens like that. Because this is not. That is why we should know all this. We have to know. Maturity is something you have to initiate. It will not happen on its own. As last night Pujya Swamiji was saying, that physical growth will take place on its own without your having to do anything. Because Bhagavan does it. Bhagavan does it. You reach a certain age, you are ready for marriage, you are ready for everything. But then what after that? How to live with this person now? How to live? How to relate harmoniously? Living is okay. But how to make the most of this? How do we contribute in this creation? I can't stand his sight. That happens after some time. We give, Swamiji say, we give space. Now we have begun to, I want space. We want space. I love you, I love you, I love you, and then I love you, I love you, I love you. Means now you may go. You go your way, I go my way, highway. Do that. All this, life is not an easy thing. Let me tell you, it is not easy. At a roller coaster it is. Unless and until we know how to live life, we have to learn to live life. Because this is a short life that we are given, and that also we do not know how much of it we have. We gamble, we gamble, do it. Does any one of us know what is going to be my last day? When is it going to be my last breath? We just do not know. Then we cannot afford to live unintelligently. We have to make the most of each and every moment and take ourselves towards growth. And the final growth is moksha, knowledge of the self. But before that, when will that happen? When we live in a certain manner. And that is what Vedas teach us. Step by step, very systematically. Sopana, arohana, nyayena. We rise one by one steps, flight of steps. So the previous one makes us ready for the next one. So the next one is, Tena, just a minute, and I'll not take more. Tena, Ishasya, third one is, Tena, Ishasya, Vidiyatam apachitihi. Okay, I'm performing my duties. But as I said, sometimes in performance of duties, if the spirit is not there, then it becomes a burden. There is a lot of deprivation also. I have to deprive myself of my comfort to be able to perform my duty. Because I am a mother, I have to make arrangements for the food of everyone, everything, tiffins and breakfast and this and that and all that. But in that process, I did not get chance to read the newspaper. I did not get the chance to do what I wanted to do. So, it may remain in the corner of my mind. What did I do for my life? What about my hobbies? What about my likes? Earlier in my father's place, I was doing everything. I was pursuing this, that, and after coming here, everything is gone. All my talents have gone. It is all rusted now. Everything is rusted because of doing for you and your family. It may happen. I can understand. Father also has his own, husband has his own problems. He may also feel. So Bhagavan says that duty should be done in a certain manner. What is that? Tena ishasya apachitihi vidiyatam. May you worship Ishvara. Apachitihi means worshipping. It is from the root chai, which is in the sense of worshipping. May you worship Ishvara tena. Tena means with your duties. With the duties which have fallen upon you according to the place in your life. With those duties, may you worship Ishvara. Now he is changing the whole thing. See, Bhashyakara is changing. If it is a burden to you, then you make it as a worship of Ishvara. You may be doing it for your husband, but now place Ishvara there. And whatever you are doing, may you have the perception that I am doing it for Ishvara. Not for the person, but I am doing it for Ishwar. This is the puja that is going on. By my duties, I am really carrying out the puja. Just we will talk about this tomorrow, but this paves the way, first of all, for devotion to Ishvara, and second thing is, if there is a question in our mind that where do I get any time? My whole time is going away after my family and earning and this social obligations and this and that. Okay. Utilize this itself. Utilize whatever you have to do in converting it to devotion. Isn't it brilliant? Isn't it brilliant? You need not do separate things. Whatever you have to do, may you convert it into the worship of Ishvara. In that case, that itself will become beautiful, enjoyable, and along with that you will grow. Okay? I am not following my duty. I should not have taken this much time, but with your permission, I took 5 minutes. So now we'll talk about this tomorrow. We will have to rush up because only 7 classes are there and we have to do this. Okay? So with your permission, I may take 1 or 2 minutes. Okay? Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomabadvyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.